As you can see, Kiran is trending in a very downward spiral along with Braxton Jones. Do not plays throughout the week, and it's no good news. Teven Jenkins started okay, but Wednesday was a walkthrough. He's also a do not play. My gut is telling me that neither of Kiran, Teven Jenkins, or Braxton Jones will play. Ryan Bates, he's practicing. He's limited. Larry Borom is full go. We're probably going to see some Larry Borom. I'm hoping we see some Ryan Bates. As Foster alluded to, let's take some look at some tweets here. So, Mr. Bill Murray, he tore his pec after 2 plays. He was put on IR. He's gone. On the British Bears show, you guys may have heard, the Bears signed Austin Pleasant. He's just going to be a practice squad guy. I don't think he's anything serious. Outside of the offensive line, Velus Jones has a new home. He's signed with the Jaguars. And Dan Wiederer, as we talked earlier, he's thinking that Tyreek Stevenson could be benched. But that said, I would just be curious what you guys think of the offensive line as far as what the best 5 would be, healthy or not. Or I guess not healthy or not, but knowing the injuries, what do you think we'll see? Bueller?
Bueller.
Bueller.
So who do you got left, man? If we're not going to see Teven or Jones, you're going to see right on tackle. You're going to see Nate Davis or Pryor.
That was my initial thought, Foster. So the average person might say that your lineup would be Borom, Kramer, Shelton, Pryor, and Wright. My gut is telling me if Ryan Bates is a healthy go. Left to right, left tackle, you'll see Matt Pryor, then Ryan Bates at left guard, Coleman Shelton, Nate Davis at right guard, and Darnell Wright at right tackle. You have to play your best 5, but I'm going to digress and let you guys say what you want to say.
Sorry. You took my words.
Well, I would disagree with that.
You were so limited. Go ahead, Pete.
I think that Borom will start at your left tackle. I think your left guard would probably be Pryor. Center Shelton, right guard Bates, and then your right tackle right. Because
we did see Ryan Bates at right guard in the very first game of the season. So PJ, you are correct.
So my reasoning for saying that is because I don't think they want Davis on the field at all. By them not dressing him last week showed me that they are truly done with him. And the only reason he's on the team is because they have to pay him his $10 million. If they get offered a nickel for him in a trade, they'll take him. They are so done with Davis, in my opinion. That's what I believe, that they are just so done with him. So, that's who I think their best starting 5 would be.
Who's going to dress? If you don't have, if Nate Davis isn't dressed,
he probably dressed. Yeah, he probably dressed. But
yeah,
if they can afford to not play him, I don't see them playing him.
I'm just not sure Bates is going to play.
Yeah,
the injury is up in the air. He's literally limited. I don't even think he's been activated from IR.
Bates up.
Yeah, he hasn't even been activated. Him or Borom.
Your left tackle could either be Borom or Pryor has played it. He played left tackle, I think, 2 games a couple years ago with the 49ers. I think he's got 7 or 8 games that he's played in. No, it's probably 14 games that he's played in and 2 games that he started at left tackle. But, he can't play the position. That's why Poe brought him here, because he's, multi-talented. He can play any one of those 4 positions. But I believe, and just from what we've seen, he's better at guard. Been playing more guard. So it's what do you do and who do you dress?
Can I give you a rebuttal to that?
Go.
My rebuttal to that is, I believe, much like you said, that they like Pryor more at guard. So before they would put him at left tackle, they would put Amegadjie back out there if Borom can't go, in my opinion, because I think they really like Pryor at guard.
The vibe around House Halls, PJ, is that Kiran's injury is the most serious of anyone.
Right.
It seems like Kiran's in worse shape than Braxton Jones.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's not playing.
A calf? Wow.
Something happened. Yeah.
Right? Weird.
No, it's not a calf. It's a bull.
Ha! Nice one, but tis. But yeah, you're right.
Guys, just on a side note, I think it's worth mentioning. I believe this is, you guys do your show on Thursdays, right? So I believe the next time you're on, the trade deadline will have happened, because I do think it's 2 days after this next game. I don't know if you guys have any trade deadline thoughts you wanted to get out there.
It's November 5th, I believe, Paul.
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It is.
Because it just triggered my head when you said Nate Davis. I was like, oh yeah, that's one of the guys I want to get rid of for sure. But you're right. Like, he's better than anybody else you could go out there and get right now and find on the streets, because at least he's more familiar. Like, he's whatever at the back end of that depth, whatever we have left of it, he's better off just being here.
This is my exact thought.
Getting anything from him is...
Well, I would disagree, and I'll tell you why. I would normally agree with Paulie on this one. However, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Vikings just trade for Cam Robinson from the Jaguars?
Great point.
So
PJ.
there are possible trades that could happen. I'm not saying I know of a player that I'm just saying, because I was of the opinion, like Paulie was, of thinking, you know what, Nate Davis is probably better than anybody we can get. But the Vikings just proved us wrong by being able to go and trade for a Cam Robinson.
And PJ, that deal was downright disgusting. I am so infuriated with the Jaguars. That was like pennies on the dollar. Just a disgusting trade.
We never get deals like that. Never.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Never. We get screwed every time. I brought this up. I don't know if you guys remember. Maybe that was Tuesday, because I started talking about maybe looking at the Panthers line, because they've got a talented line, and they're not going anywhere. That might be a potential trade prospect. I was talking about that Tuesday on, I think I was on the British Bears.
Maybe in the Raiders scheme, I keep hearing Robert Hunt's name come up. I don't want to trade for Robert Hunt, who's on like a 4-year, $20 million a year contract. Yeah. It's such overblown, and the player, he's bang average.
You're not making any big moves. No.
Yeah.
Question for you guys, because I don't know, so maybe Paulie or Karl, you know this. Is Ja'Tyre Carter a practice squad guy or on the regular roster for the Carolina Panthers?
I have not heard a single thing about Ja'Tyre Carter since the day he was cut from the Bears.
I noticed when we played him, Peach, he wasn't on the field.
Okay, right, because I would entertain the idea of bringing him back if he's on their practice squad. Right. Go ahead and snatch him up and bring him back, because he already knows our system.
He knows the system. We can plug him in. We can plug him in at right guard right away.
The media would light a fire on Hallis Halls for the Bears giving up any sort of capital, draft capital, anything to acquire a player they cut. They would string him over the coals.
No.
Can't they claim him off the practice squad?
Yes.
If that's what it is, then but you can't give up capital.
We're not talking about a trade there.
Right.
Okay.
My trade scenario was...
squad is available.
Is he going to want to come back?
Money's money.
Yeah.
Money's money.
I'd rather be on a roster than a practice squad.
Yeah. He probably doesn't care.
Fuck it. I like Ja'Tyre Carter. Your next contract up if you're average.
I liked Ja'Tyre Carter, so if that's what you got to do, I mean, PJ, I'm in lockstep with you regarding Nate Davis. Dude, I don't know if you feel exactly this way. I feel like Nate Davis has lost his love for football.
The day we drafted Ja'Tyre Carter, I had him locked in as a starter by this time of last year, I think, or whatever.
That's insane. Wasn't he a 7th-round pick?
Fifth, I believe. Could have been 7.
Oh, yikes!
Don't hold me for
5th is not bad. Like
you can draft those guys late and have them pan out though.
All the time. Look at the Cowboys line. For all them years, man, they had
way more often than other positions for sure.
They had like what, a 7th rounder, a 5th rounder, of undrafted free agent, a 1st rounder, a 3rd rounder on that line that got them 2 Super Bowls. But they played together forever. That's why.
But that undrafted free agent they got was projected to be a 1st rounder, and he just didn't get drafted because he was up on murder charges.
Undrafted free agent.
Wait, what?
Feels like a perfect time to shout out Sam Hurd.
Yeah, right.
Right, and I'm with Chips Ahoy Boy in the chat. We got other people that are back here again, man. Mutt Greer and we got a bunch of people stopped in. Chips Ahoy Boy. I don't really see the Bears making any moves unless Poles can pull the right trade for a lineman. It would have to be on one of 3 or 4 teams only that are just ready to dump salary and rebuild. And I started with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think whatever
That's
moves you
just a
would
hot
make,
mess. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad though, guys? We're not the Panthers or the Jets.
definitely. Any moves you would make, or they're not going to be high draft capital moves. Like I think
No
the
sense.
most
No
you're playing
sense.
with, your chips on the table are like 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. You know what I mean?